Hey Wolves, I'm Elena.
And I'm Jacob.
And you're watching Good Day MLK.
MLK.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Deanda, and I am the counselor for grades 9 and 11, and I have the part of the alphabet that's O through Z. But one of the reasons why I became a counselor is because I really wanted to help students. I didn't necessarily feel the call to be a teacher, which I had considered, but I felt like it was important to talk to students about their future and just reassure them that everything's going to be okay.
I am Miss Marita. I am the counselor for students in grades 10 and 12, or 10 and 12 with last names O through Z. And I became a counselor very similarly. So I was volunteering in education and thought I wanted to be a teacher, and realized what I appreciated more was the opportunities to work one-on-one with students. And so I discovered counseling and felt that it was a good pathway for me to be able to do that and have more of those, have more opportunities for individual connections with students. And here I am. I started first at RCC, and then I went there for 1 year. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I found this other program at San Bernardino Valley College and went there for another 2 years before transferring to UC Santa Cruz. After that, it took me a while to realize that counseling was a profession that even existed. So, I don't know how many years later, I think I had like a 6-year gap. I ended up doing a master's program where I got my counseling degree.
I took a gap year after high school, which was a long time ago. I worked full-time, and then I quickly realized that working full-time wasn't so much fun and paying bills. So I went to a community college in San Diego called Palomar College, and I attended there for 2 years, and then I decided and I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just took the classes that sounded interesting to me, plus the prerequisite classes that I needed to transfer. And a friend and I had decided to transfer to Cal State University Chico, and so I got my bachelor's degree from that state school, which was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience. It's very much a college town, but I also did well in school there, so I really liked that. And then I majored in political science. I thought I might become an attorney, but I left school. I worked as a paralegal. I worked in corporate America. I raised a family, and then when I returned to the workforce, I decided that I wanted to further my education, and I went to a master's program in education to become a counselor. And I'm so glad I made that decision. I really, really enjoy it, and I feel like I have some life experience to offer to students, having kind of done a little bit of everything. So, similar to Ms. Marita, I didn't really prepare that well for college, but I did definitely some lessons that I learned when I was doing my undergrad degree was that I had to study, I had to get that quiet space because I had noisy roommates and there was always something fun to do, but I actually had to carve that time out to do my studying, do my reading, work on my papers. And when I got my master's degree, I had a family, I was working, so definitely I had to learn to I could not procrastinate, which I tend to do. I had to tackle things before I was actually ready to tackle them, and that was slightly uncomfortable, but I feel like it was a really good thing that I learned, and so, yeah.
So the advice I would give is know yourself and know what your goals are. I think that is really what helps you stay on a path. And whether that is a career path or a college pathway, it is knowing and being reflective of do I see myself continuing and moving on to higher education, do I see myself wanting to get into the workforce but being financially stable, and what can I do so to get there? So I think my advice is really be reflective on who you are and what you do want to do, and keep that as a goal and just keep working towards it. There will always be surprises that can derail us, and just keeping the goal in mind, whatever it is, and understanding that challenges will happen and we can get through them. The A through G courses are a set of classes or class subjects that the universities want to see the students complete and do well in. So the A through G courses include things like your English, your math, sciences, art, foreign languages. So those are requirements that universities are looking to see that you've completed. For the most part, your high school graduation requirements really overlap with those requirements as well. So a very important piece that we recommend for students is if you're earning C's or higher, you are likely going to be A through G, and so really just part of what we want to encourage are the habits to make students successful in those classes, because that will translate to universities, to your work field, whatever it may be. So if you are unsure if you're A through G, we recommend meeting with your counselor or reaching out to your counselor. Although you most likely are very close to it, if you've been earning C's or higher, it may just be a matter of making sure that certain classes end up on your schedule before you graduate. So please feel free to reach out to whoever your counselor is if you're unsure and needed to double check that. We also will meet with our students each year and make sure we know what your plan is and that we're trying to guide you correctly or as much as possible to whatever your goals are, and addressing anything that may need to be addressed to help you with those goals, whether it's making sure you take the ASVAB if you want to go into the military, that you have the grades or classes if you're looking for a four-year university. So those meetings really help us to get to know you and what your plans are. And of course, just being available for students. You can always email us and see when we're available to try to set an appointment. Coming in during your lunchtime, coming in before school. Our availability ranges, and so it is a good idea to email first your counselor and then make sure you find a good time to meet. But am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
I think that's just dropping in when you can or setting up an appointment through email. Just ensure that we are available and can help you with whatever your questions are.